Good morning. How are you today? Well, it's still spring. It's not bad out. And we have kind of a potpourri, I guess, of different stories. It's somewhat better than having some blockbuster that comes out of the West Wing every other day or every day, where we cannot fathom the origin or the remedy for the insane thing that occurred. But we still have a fair share of them. Short on the trial in Minneapolis, the defense has turned its case toward the direction of further character assassination of George Floyd. And, this is to help Chauvin by trying Floyd, of course. And yesterday they did something that I found distressing, and I don't know that it was, quote, accidental, but there was an officer on the stand. He was asked to listen to a tape. And he said on the tape, he heard Floyd say, he ate too much drugs. Now, that's an inculpatory statement, pretty serious, given the defense of the case. Now, the prosecution asked the agent to listen to the tape in context, the entire tape in context. And when he came back, he said what he really heard him say, and we're talking about Floyd here, I ain't doing no drugs. Now that's a big difference. And I don't know this defense attorney well enough to know if he made a mistake or he purposefully set up this situation to add to his character assassination of Floyd. And there's always the question about the drugs they found in the police car afterwards. Was the origin, as they'll suggest, Floyd, or was it put there afterwards? We have seen in, big cities, but also elsewhere, flaking. That is, putting guns and drugs on people. Did that happen here? I don't know. And that's the kind of thing that a guy like me, who favors Floyd, would ask and believe was possible. Another category of persons getting it wrong or telling lies is Rogue Rudy's son, Andrew, is thinking of running for governor of the state of New York. Now, he sort of set up meetings for athletic events in the White House. That's it. That's his sole characteristic for becoming president. I guess that, and that his name is Trump. But in New York, the Trump name falls like a stone and doesn't get much support. So I don't know how he's going to do this, but he's going to a meeting of Republicans in the next several days to push for himself to be a nominee. Whether he goes through with it or not, or he's just having a vanity bath, I don't know. The next thing up that bothers me, and Irish like to think in terms of threes, so I guess this is the third. No guarantee this will be the end of it, though. Is we have Manchin in West Virginia basically putting on the brakes like a Republican. He's not going to have anything to do with another reconciliation bill. He's not going to oppose the filibuster. And, people ask, why would he do that? Well, he has a lot of Trump voters in West Virginia, and his bread and butter is taken care of by business interests, not by the people. And, he tells them, in his sometimes mellifluous voice, tells them how he's taking care of them and what he's doing for them, and everything's going to be okay. Now, some say, what are we going to do? Well, is he angling for a position in the Republican Party? Probably he's best off in terms of political angling to sort of keep this tension going rather than to finish up the one-act play and then end up someplace where he can be compromised. So some say, what can we do about this? Well, next year there are, if I'm right, 34 Senate seats up for election. Now, that's not as good as it sounds. I think there are more Republican seats than Democratic seats. But the way you do this is you look at the margins in the last election or in the district, even if there wasn't a race, and you decide who are possible. Now, Toomey in Pennsylvania, very close race, is possible. And he was very strong in terms of ethics talking against the Trump line, and he may have a primary for that reason, which might make the seat vulnerable for a Democrat. There's Blunt and Johnson are also in the category of, I don't know, about a 3% margin, which is what you'd look for if you wanted to find a spot where you could get another Senate seat. So it's not impossible, but we have our own vulnerabilities, in Georgia and elsewhere. So it's too early to tell if we can pick up Senate seats. And one of the reasons is we've got a lot to do between now and the election. So that's basically my pitch for today. I'm glad Biden is. I go to a fourth one. I'm glad Biden is writing executive orders today to sort of give us more protection from gun violence, to assure gun safety, and one of those things is these ghost guns that you can make at home yourself. Sure, come a long way from Boy Scout projects. So. Hope you get out today. Not as gorgeous as yesterday, but it's pretty nice. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.